What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is CobraPacks, your online Pokemon store. I wanted to make a video about this. I've had a couple of people ask how we ship cards and how to do it properly. So I'm going to break down everything, how I ship cards. These are going to be cheaper cards, and then if you order multiple cards. So I'm actually going to show you a live order. We have an order for 10 cards, and what we do to ship them effectively so they don't get damaged, and so you guys get them without any issue. But real quick, hit the sub. We're almost to 500 subs, and please comment below, like and subscribe. If you guys comment below and you like and are subscribed to the channel, we will be giving away a Destined Rivals pack to someone who comments on this video. All right, but I'm going to break it down for you guys. This is the order. First of all, real quick, thank you to Clark for the order. I appreciate it. It's a really nice order. One of the reasons that I say it again and again on why I have a website versus selling on TCG Player or eBay is the fees. And you guys can see down here, the fees for me are very much lower. So about 3% service fee. And I don't have TCG Players 13%. I believe they have eBay 13%, 10% on Whatnot, I believe. So I'm able to charge less for cards to you guys. So it's a win-win. On TCG Player, those guys are not passing those fees along to you. So that's why a lot of people have Shopify stores. It's less fees. But thank you for the order. Another reason like this is because I am not trying to rip people off. I don't typically sell for market. I try not to. This card right here is a prime example. I think the market value is literally like $15. This Clark got it at $4. I make my margins. I'm happy to pass those great prices on to you guys. So thank you, Clark, one more time. Big up. So I'm going to show you how I ship, the cost for me to ship, and what I charge. So you guys are, I'm very transparent with you guys. So you guys can see I charge $149 for a bubble mailer. I charge less for a normal envelope if it's a cheaper card, if they don't want to pay for tracking. But this provides tracking to this is the cheapest way to get tracking, so you can see where the the products are. But thank you, Clark, once again. I don't think it's not showing any of his personal information, but yet again, very cool. But so this is going to be a little unique because he does have a couple sealed promos, so the shipping's a little different. I was kind of overprotected because the promos are still sealed, and I want to keep them protected for the customer. So but real quick, let's go to what I would do for shipping out the cards, so you guys could see. Awesome. Okay, so this is not his card. I already have his cards packaged up, but I will show you those in a second. But you guys, at minimum, let me make this, now that I'm done with it for a second, let me just make this not so bright. Is that better? A little better. I wish I had a black background. Let me see if I can open. Bear with me. Let's see if I can open something that's. There we go. All right, so that helps a little bit. So, so at minimum, you start with a card here in a sleeve, right? I'm going to go over the cost of everything. So you do a sleeve. You then put it in a top loader, or I know some people use hard savers. I use top loaders. I like top loaders. I'm not shipping this card, so, but I would tape the top of this card with painter's tape, so the card doesn't fall out in shipping. Okay, now I do have team bags. What I would do is I would take this, put it in a team bag. Once again, if you don't want to be overprotective, you technically don't have to put a piece of painter's tape on that top loader, because this will keep it sealed, so the card won't move around. Can you guys see that? It's still like a little bright. But this would keep it sealed in there. Now, once I have that sealed, what I would do is have hobby armor. So some people use just 2 pieces of cardboard. I like these. They're perfectly cut to the shape of cards, and you can get them like in a pack of 100, 1,000. Obviously, the more you get at once, it's cheaper. So typically, if it's just 1 or 2 cards, I use only 1 piece of cardboard. I would tape the sides with painter's tape, tape the bottom, tape the top, so it's secured in this cardboard protector. Now, if it is like a 1 card that's really expensive, say it's a $200 card, I will use 2 pieces of cardboard, and then I'll just put painter's tape on the side and on the bottom and top, so it doesn't move around in the envelope or box. Okay. So there are 2 sizes of envelopes I use. I should say 3 sizes, because I'll show you. This is my normal small envelope. So if this was just let's say like a $5 card, I would tape it to the cardboard. This would go in here like so. I would actually tape it in the envelope so it doesn't move with painter's tape, and then I would put the label right on top of this to seal it. I'll show you what I mean using this label for someone's order. So I would put the label like this over the opening of the envelope. That way, when someone gets it, they know if the label's not ripped, that it wasn't tampered with. If the label's ripped at all, then it's a little suspicious. But that way it kind of double seals the contents. So it's like another insurance thing, you know what I mean? But that's what I would do for that. So I'll take this back out. So this is my cheap envelope. So all the things are going to be in the description, guys, of all the things I use. I don't use just a plain white envelope. This has a little thicker cardstock. I just like it more. It feels a little less cheap, but it's still, it's still not expensive. This is what I typically use the most, is a 6x9 bubble envelope. And really, it's really easy. If you are, let's just say the card's tied to this. I love it because it fits perfectly in a 6x9. You put it horizontally in, like so. It goes in all the way down. And then, why I like the 6x9 is you're able to fold this in half. And you're able to tape this to the envelope. And so that cardboard's on the back. And then you have 3 layers of bubble sheet on the top here. Three layers of bubble wrap on the top here. And then you would have the label once again on the top here, preventing with the seal. So it'd be double sealed again with the label. So that's the 6x9. If it's a thicker order, like you'll see the order I'm doing is almost too thick, I will use a 9x10, 8.5 by 11 mailer, and that's just if you have like 10 cards or 12 cards. That's a little more thick. Maybe they're not expensive, so they might still be like $15 worth. But it's not gonna fit in a plain envelope, right? So you need a little more thickness. Same thing. You put them in, fold it over, bada bing, bada boom. So you'll see. So for this order, this is what it looks like, all taped up, ready to ship out. So I like I said, I typically don't use 2 card mailers, but this order was more than $50, so I'm definitely going to protect it. But it's a little different because some of the promos you'll see here, the Magneton promos, have like card sleeves in them. So I'm not putting them in top loaders. They don't fit in top loaders. So I put it in a team bag, and that's why that's why I really like this cardboard protection. Tape on all sides. They won't move around they're still very protected, and they're sealed. So the sealed wrapping is a little bigger. You guys can't really see it, but it's a little bigger than what the area for a top loader, so it's kind of difficult to see. And it's a little more protection that's probably needed, but I err on the side of protection. So this will go in my 6x9. Or actually, sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. This will go in my 6x9 horizontally. Once I get it in there over the wrap. And it is, I love, once again, I love these because they're very snug. Very snug. All right. So it's in there. It's order. And then I'm going to fold it up. I give it a little room on the top so it's not like, you know, tight. So you don't want it to like rip, right? Take the tab. Move it like that. Press down. Just like that. Beautiful seal. Beautiful seal. Now, you could put the label over here if you want. Like I said, you guys can see this seal right here. That's where the like the tape, the adhesive is for the order. But I will put the actual order. I don't want you guys to see the address or anything. I will put the order of the shipment right on there. I'll cover up his address, cover up the tracking information, so you guys can see that it is secure to. You guys can see down below that it performs a double seal. So it's good to go. Right? Beautiful. Now, let's go over the expenses of what we do for the cost. Okay, I moved my camera so you guys can see. So this is the cost breakdown. Now you guys know I charged $1.49 for the padded envelope. So, based on how much you buy at once, obviously I buy the most that you can at once, so you get the cheapest pricing per, you know, penny sleeve or top loader. But you know, you guys could see here, for instance, like if you get this, you know, Ultra Pro, they're a little more expensive. But you know, if you get cardboard gold on Amazon, it's a little cheaper. So, for instance, let's do this order. Some of those promos, like I said, the Magneton didn't come with the ability to have a sleeve and top loader. So, only 6 had a penny sleeve, right? So we can do, and so 6 times 0.007 is actually about 4 cents. So we can do 4, and then we had 2 team bags. I used 2 team bags for a little extra protection because of the promo sealed cards. So those are at 3 cents each. So let's do 0.6. Top loaders, we used 6 top loaders, so those are one of the more expensive things. Those are 9 cents each. So obviously 6 times 9 is 54, so 54 cents. Now it's starting to add up a little bit. Cardboard protectors, like I said, smaller orders, I use 1, but I did use 2 for this one because I wanted a little more protection for those promos. So 12 cents each, so 24 cents. And then the envelope bubble mailer cost 0.29, so 0.28, so I just say 29 cents. And then the label cost 70 cents. Sometimes Shopify will give you a free label, but that's about it. So you guys can see here, I paid $1.87 for shipping materials. I charged $1.49, so actually I'm eating a little bit, but that's because I did put a little more protection than I probably needed to for those promos. You know, I used 2 cardboard shipping protectors. I used 2 team bags. So sometimes, you know, sometimes I do make a little money, like 10 cents, you know, on the shipping side of things. Sometimes I cost more. I always err on the side of giving the protection that cards need to like make it to the person. So customer. So you guys can see here. So it's obviously cheaper for cheaper cards. I'll put a sleeve, a top loader, a team bag, and then in a regular envelope. That only costs 23 cents. But I think I charge 49 cents for a normal envelope. I can't remember exactly. And then obviously once I start getting a little more expensive, I put 2 protectors on. It costs a little more. And then this is without a label, by the way. So 70 cents for a label gets me to, you know, the other numbers. But and then obviously a bubble mailer is more expensive. And then if I do need a box, if it's a big order, I haven't had a big order yet, but that's based on weight. So Shopify will calculate that for me. So hope that helps. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know if you think my methods can be improved. I'm all about feedback, all about, you know, doing things right and what's best for the cards and the hobby. So let me know what you guys think. But that's how I ship cheaper cards without having the need for boxes. And yeah, let me know if I can help you guys at all in the comment section. I would love to help. We'll see you guys next time.